Oh.
You're one of them.
What?
You're one of them.
No, I just have bad teeth issues over here. So I was in pain.
You've got...
I wasn't going to pull my skin off and reveal lizard skin underneath.
No.
Hello! Welcome to another insanely erotic episode of It Crept From the 80s. I am your host, Crispin Sevi, or Chris Seaver, if you will. Some people just call me the Sievage, or others call me Jean Gary Diablo. This is my guest this
Marc
time.
Singer.
Yep.
I know,
Sark Minger is here with us. Sark Minger. Bobby Heckman is back.
Yes, I am back.
It's
It's been a while.
Oh, I know. I mean, it's already 2021.
Yes.
But we're going to talk about something, again, another episode where I have Bobby on, where I talk about something that only I think Bobby could talk with me about. Maybe Sean King.
Sean King.
Who also shares our love.
I think Sean King did love it, but I think he more re-fell in love with it recently, whereas we watch it every year since it came out. Something we absolutely grew up with and loved and think about constantly.
So we're talking about V.
V.
No, not V for Vendetta.
No,
not V for gingivitis.
Yes, no, definitely not that.
No. We're talking about V for Visitors.
Visitor.
V,
no,
the
no,
miniseries.
No. V for Victory.
That's right.
Yes. That's
so,
right.
The 1983 amazing, groundbreaking, iconic miniseries, one of the greatest miniseries of all time.
And highest rated at that point, the one previous biggest miniseries was Roots.
So many
blew away Roots.
Filmmakers and science fiction aficionados have basically aped this miniseries throughout the years. The biggest one being Independence Day.
Oh yeah,
blatant.
Blatant, and they admitted to that.
Of course. Well, come on. V was that big.
Yeah.
And I want to stress that, folks. Folks who weren't around in the 80s like we were, they're just not going to understand the fervor, the excitement for this miniseries. I remember it vividly.
Yes, me too.
It was all over the place, and certainly it was an excitement in the house, which that doesn't happen a lot, certainly in my home.
Well, the only excitement in the house was just me about the show.
Oh, my whole family.
My mom, I think, dug it and liked it more over the years.
It was an event.
Man, I wish I was at your house.
So it was a big deal, and the man responsible is also the man who gave you the Incredible Hulk.
Yes.
The Bill Bixby, Lou Ferrigno
classic
masterpiece.
Yes.
Of Marvel Television.
The only time Hulk was not a CGI being. But Kenneth Johnson.
That's right.
Kenneth Johnson.
The man, the myth, the man. who just recently revealed to all us V fans.
He ripped his face off and showed
that
he was a lizard.
Yes, that he was one of them. He was a visitor.
Yes.
At the San Diego Comic Book Convention 2019, that V is finally making its way to Blu-ray.
Which is wild. It's wild that they were even at the convention.
I know that they had a panel. Marc Singer was there.
That's bizarre.
Mike Donovan himself.
Were there people dressed like visitors?
I don't know. We should probably check out to see if the panel's online.
Oh, man.
Because we got to watch that panel.
We did.
We got to,
like tonight,
jerk off each other while we're watching it.
Well, he could help that.
Maybe
Zach.
We could pull off our penis skin and reveal
lizard
dicks.
Lizard dicks.
Liz dongs.
Liz dongs.
Yes. We got to do that. So let's keep that in mind.
We'll definitely.
I'm saving up for that.
Okay. Good.
I haven't shot in a while, Bobby. So.
And I don't want you to shoot on camera. You got to save it.
That's right.
Savor it.
I got to have that explosion.
If you want to film this later, stick around.
Anyway, we're talking about V. Can't wait. V is finally coming to Blu-ray, and apparently it looks so choice.
So choice.
I guess they did a major remastering of this thing.
Can't wait.
Frame by frame, genital by genital. I mean...
And hopefully it's successful enough in, purchases.
That Warner's will do the
final battle and even the TV series.
I could live without the TV series. I have that on DVD. I don't need that.
It's not going to look any better than the TV show. But still, just to have it as a complete thing.
So, I guess I'll just start. Because as I said...
Tell me your...
V was huge.
Yeah, tell me... Because you had a fun family event thing going on. Mine isn't as exciting because it was just...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was fun, per se. My family weren't exactly, jovial human beings. I was the weirdest one in the family. Well, who I was with. When I say family, I mean, listen, I grew up with my great grandparents and my great aunt in the house. And my grandmother was down the street from me. My mom was down the street from me. So I'm just saying the parental units that I lived with at that time, these were the people that were excited for V. It was a family event. And probably for my grandparents' sake, I think it was probably an event for them because it was an event for television families in general.
Okay.
Not the subject matter. I can't imagine them being like, it's about UFOs and space creatures and all that stuff.
It's about
yeah. My great aunt, yes, because she was.
It's also about World War II and
Well, you find that out later
stuff,
though.
Yeah.
But
right.
And for a kid my age, that wasn't even play.
No, we didn't know about
aliens. It was
we didn't know about
spaceship.
Fascist societies and all the
Marc Singer being a dope hero,
and Robert Englund being hilarious.
Yeah.
Silly.
Before we even knew him as Freddy, we knew him as Willie.
Willie the friendly alien.
So yeah, I have vivid memories of my E.T. food tray.
Mm-hmm. Which I had one
as well. We snacking. It was time for the first night of the miniseries, and I just remember. I remember the spaceship. I remember the scene where Mark Donovan first sees one of the ships.
Like the first scene,
the very first,
like when they're in the other country,
flipping out.
Yeah.
And that ship comes out, and I think for me, television-wise,
right?
Because Return of the Jedi, I'd already seen Return of the Jedi movie theaters, whatever. We had already been exposed to things like that in the theater,
right?
But to be sitting at home in your home, your television, my God, that blew me away. Certainly later on, I remember distinctly the scene that always played over and over and over in my head is when she opens up her maw and just drops down the gerbil, the guinea pig, whatever it was.
Guinea pig.
Fuck.
Yeah, that was
sexy Diana. I mean, come on.
Diana. Jane Badler was probably my very first crush, and maybe my sexual awakening towards women. Maybe I don't know.
Mine was
1983. It probably came in a little bit earlier than that with some sitcom TV.
Oh sure,
girls.
Come on, we had crushes.
Yeah, we had crushes, but that was like, she's kind of like dangerous.
Yeah, it was just she was an older, sexy, dangerous, lascivious,
she's
sexual, sassy, evil, sexy.
I've always had a thing for brunettes.
Oh, so. Me too. That's my favorite.
Yeah. And going back to punk,
But
and Joe
from
the Facts.
Those things, and then later, certainly the year later, 84, 35th anniversary for the final battle.
That's right. You mean 1984, the greatest year of film in history? I think?
The classic, iconic lizard baby birth.
Oh. That everybody was talking about the next day in school. Day in school.
It was huge.
When we were 7 and 8 years old, that was the talk of the school.
Yes, it was amazing.
It
was a talk for everybody, actually.
I vividly remember talking to the friends at the locker, in third grade, and Yes, third grade. And us going like, did you see that last night? What happened? It came out, and oh my god, it was a little baby lizard. What's going to happen tomorrow in the next episode? Oh my god.
The suspense was tight. So is that where your earliest fondest memory?
My earliest memory of, I remember when it premiered in May of 1983. I remember for the first time ever asking my mom if I could stay up and watch it. Because it was 2 hours.
I had to, yeah.
And I was in bed by 8:30, 9 o'clock at that age. But I don't remember if I begged, because I don't think I was ever a beggar. I was a very shy, kind of quiet kid that was just kind of like, I was like, you think I could maybe watch this, Mom? And she was like, all right, like it was no problem. I stayed up, and it really blew my mind. Like you, I'd never seen anything like this on TV that was made for TV. Before that, I remember being 3 years old. This is probably one of my earliest memories. 2 or 3 years old and seeing Battlestar Galactica on TV, the TV show. But I think I thought it was just a movie that was playing. I didn't know that they could do that on TV. And that at the time, that was the most expensive show on TV. It was like $1 million an episode or something. But V was my first memory of like wow. Like, we live in a great time where something that we could go see in the movies. I mean, some of it's dated now when you look at it. I mean, you could see
what, though?
The matte paintings and the pictures of, like,
I think
still motherships, and you're like, well, that's obviously a photo.
But it's like that with Star Wars and any of the science fiction and stuff we loved from back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's part of what makes it awesome.
Right.
Certainly now as two dudes in their 40s who have seen...
We appreciate it more.
Has been shown the sky's the limit as far as technology is concerned, but you watching it, with our adult eyes, it's still just as awesome and dope and fun and nostalgic
I think also because we watch it every year since the 80s, it kind of it doesn't really get dated for us because we know it by heart.
Well, what's great
but as opposed to like somebody who hasn't seen it in 20 or 30 years, they'll look at it and go, "Oh man, this is corny," and I know, old, and it's like, well, we grew.
It doesn't. It works for me.
It works
totally
for me.
Yes, just like
the drama works. Everything works about it.
Well, the subject,
the subject
matter works, and no matter when you watch it, it's relevant to shit that's going on in the modern age.
Yes,
holy cow. And I think it's just going to continue like that.
Yes.
They made a piece that was ageless in a way.
Yes.
Because there's always going to be conflict like that in some way.
Right. And it stems from fascist societies, World War II, even with the Fifth Column stuff, where it was bad guys that would revert to the opposite end, the resistance.
Yeah. The aliens were the Nazis.
Yes. And even the symbol for their species or whatever,
Reminiscent.
Yes. But here's the thing, too. Like, not only did it blow my mind seeing this on TV, it was kind of mind-boggling at that age where, so far you've grown up watching the cartoons and the movies that we were watching where there was good versus bad. This was the very first time I could think of where not all the bad guys were bad.
Yeah.
And not all the good guys were good. They would switch sides. Not all the visitors that came down, some of them were really sweet, like Robert Englund, and they were resisting what was going on with their own people. It's this is like
society, just like real life.
Just like real life. It's like, so that really kind of showed me that life isn't black and white in a way. In a way, it kind of changed me really in looking for the good in people, and seeing the bad in Chris Seaver, and but it just kind of,
and still being tolerant of me.
Yes, But it really broadened my mind, and I was like, you know what? I feel like it was changing me in a way. I guess that's why I feel so special towards V. I feel victorious. Oh, what? In my ways of thinking. Would you like some water?
No.
Okay. You know, this is a rare commodity that we have on Earth.
Oh, water. Yes.
Let's talk about the plot of V for anybody that might not have seen it.
Go ahead.
Why were they here? Why were the aliens here? What did they want?
Passion flakies.
This morning my alarm didn't go off. I had half an hour to get my kids breakfast and to school, and I had a flat tire. Stopped at the bank for 5 minutes, and I got a $25 ticket. Finally got home. Locked my keys in the car.
Relax and have a flaky.
They wanted passion flakies. Absolutely. They wanted
delicacy.
I should block that. Is that copyrighted?
Dun dun dun.
They wanted
General Mills is coming after us.
Our water. They were going to suck the oceans dry because they had no water for their planet.
Typical.
These guys.
I know.
Trying to say they're
coming down here.
They're making chemicals and
stealing our water.
Yeah.
Messing up our hair.
Not only stealing our water, but stealing us.
I know.
They were taking us
co-breeding,
yes.
hybriding,
yeah,
co-mingling.
They were eating us. They ate warm-blooded animals.
They ate.
They processed us for food, and
delicious.
Some of us were used for brainwashed soldiers.
My God.
There's a lot going on in this show.
They were evil.
Like, for 3 hours, you're like, whoa, there's a lot going on. We need a sequel to this. Did you think that as soon as the show ended?
No.
You just thought that was it?
It was, well,
I mean, after 1983. Did you think it was going to come back the next year with another miniseries?
I thought...
where more crazy shit was happening.
What I remember is my family being like, that's not it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or my aunt probably saying, like, wait, there's more. You know, like, that didn't end right.
Right.
You know? My mind didn't think about that. It was, 1984 where fucking everyone was like, well, it's back. It's coming back. It's continuing.
Of course it's
coming
back.
Like, you know, like, we're getting it again. And to me, it upped everything from the first miniseries, you know?
Me too.
So,
but not Kenneth Johnson, apparently.
Whatever.
He didn't care for it. But everybody else in the world did.
Now, it didn't start... You know, I think it was probably in my teens where I had started to rent V. And then I taped it. I duped it.
Yeah.
So that we could have it.
It took a while for it to come on VHS.
Yes, it was a while.
And they were like the 2 video set for the first one, and then 3 for the second.
And I remember it was probably way down the road, and at this point I had already duped the VHS.
Yeah.
But my aunt did bring it home. She bought, when it was available,
okay,
she bought the miniseries.
Probably at Sam Goody.
Sam Goody.
Got it.
Tower, you know, whatever was available at the time.
Record World.
You know, Hills Department Store. You know, Genital Factory. We had a bunch of them.
Pub and Restaurant.
Yeah. It was all over the place.
Definitely.
You know, those Van Brunts were everywhere.
Yeah, they had their hands in everything. They're worse than Disney.
I know.
Yeah.
And I love Disney.
Yeah.
But Van Brunt?
Disney bought them out. That's why they no longer exist. Well, they still exist.
No, well, only at Disney.
Oh.
There's the Van Brunt ride.
Oh, that's right. It's right next to Mr. Toad's, right?
Uh-huh.
Right.
In Land. In Disneyland.
Oh, Disneyland. Okay.
Disneyland.
All right.
Florida, they don't take kindly to those Van Brunts.
No.
But V.
Bevy.
Bevy.
But V. What else did you like about it? I mean,
There's nothing I don't like about V.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, some people say if, like, I don't know, 15-year-old or a 20-year-old or 25-year-old now were to sit down and watch V, they'd probably pick everything apart about it.
Yeah,
they'd pick the performances apart.
Yeah.
Where, to me, they would say, look at this melodramatic crap, look, they're overacting, blah, 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 blah.
I still choke up.
To me, it's...
When Elijah loses his brother...
I think it's all real to me.
I get choked up every single time.
I feel the emotions. I feel... It doesn't matter how many times I've seen this thing. It still resonates to me. I still get all the feels, everything.
Oh, yeah.
I get sucked into the story again because it's compelling. I think it was compelling storytelling.
It was. It is.
So to me, I don't see junk acting. I don't see over-dramatic silliness,
No.
I just see a good story unfolding, and it...
Of all the characters, who would you have wanted to be in that story? Or who do you... Well, who's your favorite character, and who would you like to have been?
Well, Mike Donovan is my favorite character.
Okay.
Hands down. 100%.
Okay.
Marc Singer is... His character is my favorite character. But I also like Scary German Guy in the film.
Scary German Guy, Monster Squad, yes.
Because I think his performance is great.
Oh, that's another one. I choke up with
that dynamic.
Whole smuggled you in a suitcase story. Woo!
Exactly. Like,
it gives me the lump.
So good. I can tell you, like, I kind of had a little crush.
Okay. Not on Robin.
I kind of like Robin. I kind of like Robin. Okay.
I like Robin's daughter when she grows up in the series. Jennifer Cook. Who's the same age as her, which is so weird. Who did you have a crush? Besides Diana. We both love Diana.
Diana was just...
sultry.
Yeah. I could go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I had a little crush on Faye Grant.
I like Faye Grant.
Faye
I
Grant
think she's
was
great in this.
Adorable and a fantastic actress.
It kind of bummed me out that she doesn't do the circuit. She wasn't out there with everybody else.
Right. Well,
she can do whatever she wants to do. Well, but there's got to be
wants to stay out of any questions.
There's got to be something that can draw
a V reunion.
Passion.
Yeah, bring her.
Because a lot of them are out there still doing it.
Yes.
Trying to meet the fans. Still
Frank Ashmore still does conventions. Richard Hurd is like 80 years old.
I know.
He still does cons. Andrew Prine. Oh, sorry. Andrew Prine.
Call yourself a fan.
I'll see that movie.
Witch House 2.
Witch House 2.
J.R. Bookwalter directed Andrew Prine.
I'll see that.
Imagine. I got to grill...
I've seen The Evil.
I got to grill him. I got to grill Bookwalter about him grilling Andrew Prine about V.
Yeah, did he?
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Come on.
Is JR a big V fan?
Oh. This motherfucker.
JR's office. How can I help you?
J.R. Bookwalter, please.
Yeah, this is JR.
JR,
Yeah.
You're a huge V fan, right?
Who's this, Chris Seaver?
It's me.
Oh, Chris Seaver, how's it going?
It's going great. You like V?
Yeah, V. I love V from that.
And you talked about V to Andrew Prine, didn't you?
Andrew Prine. I just remember Natalie Portman being in that.
Oh, excellent. I'll tell Bobby that.
Alright, fuck off.
He loves it. Let me tell you this story. Recently, maybe about the last, I would say 10 years ago, I was at this convention. It's a horror convention, but at horror conventions, there's also science fiction things, there's fantasy things, there's even toys at horror conventions, all right? All walks of life go to these horror conventions.
Of course.
Normally, you see fat, smelly, overweight individuals wearing all black, with, let's say, Texas Chainsaw emblazoned on their shirts or something like that.
This was the shirt you were wearing?
So I was wearing a V-shirt.
Oh, no.
I was wearing a V-shirt at this horror convention. So I went to the little convenience store that's right next to the hotel where the convention was. Everyone is frequenting this little, food mart, right?
Right.
There happened to be a particular overweight, smelly fan of the genre, right? Mm-hmm. He's got his beers, and he's really, you can tell he's so tough. That's Tuff.
Right.
and so he looks over at me, and I'm wearing my V-shirt, and I'm getting, I don't know, when I'm getting a Slim Jim, or I'm getting some sort of Hostess cream pie or something like that. And
Passion Flaky?
Maybe not at that time, but okay. So he looks over at me and goes, "Nerd," looking at my V-shirt, while this smelly, overweight, stinky, sweaty, bearded, fat Texas Chainsaw wearing turd bag is at the same fucking convention, and he calls me a nerd in all sincerity because I'm wearing a V-shirt.
Oh my god. Well, it's the way the cookie crumbles, Yeah, I always found that bizarre. That, Is that a zoom-in issue, right? I don't know.
I was about to reveal my true self there. My skin got a little... I had to keep it intact.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. We're all nerds about everything that we love. Horror,
Speaking
fantasy.
of merchandise... I had that shirt. I had a V-shirt.
Yes.
I couldn't wear that shirt anymore because I just began to... just bulk up. It was a medium, and it would have ripped completely.
You're getting
so
Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah. So, but throughout the years, throughout the ages, throughout time, I have gotten certain V things here and there.
Well, first off, did we have any V merchandise when we were that age?
I didn't.
I didn't either
because.
I don't even think I had, I might have had, did they make puffy stickers? I feel like
they had stickers. They had the trading cards, of course.
I don't even think I had trading cards.
Interesting is that only around me did I ever see any sort of... Did I see, a V comic book. That's it. That's,
okay.
the maybe V in, a Starlog or something.
Yes.
Something like that. TV Guide,
Right.
But as far as merchandising, certainly at that time, that age, I didn't... It wasn't...
It wasn't on my radar. Yeah. Other things were.
It wasn't until we got much older
that we were like, what's all this stuff that was around but we didn't know about?
So throughout the ages, we have both accumulated some V items.
We definitely do. We do. We have and I'm still looking to collect more.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I want the whole trading card set.
I want a whole bunch of stuff.
I want
foreign,
so much.
On eBay you can get foreign releases of model kits, you can get action figures, you can get toy guns in V package. There was the V Bop'em, the blow up Bop'em that you would punch and they would go back and forth like that. That they had that made.
Oh my god.
So there was merchandise out there.
And I do plan on one day joining one of these V groups and getting my own visitor uniform.
Yeah, there's a V group out there.
The visitor uniform I do want to get is the one, it was the lieutenants, the one with the two stripes here, Brian, Brian's uniform.
Swine.
And going back to my question before, I would want to be Brian in the show.
What?
Well,
he was a swine.
He got to sleep with Diana. He got to sleep with Robin.
Always thinking with your lizard ping.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. But I thought Brian was all right. He was a cool guy.
He was good at first.
He was a jerk.
And then he wasn't.
Yeah.
He was a real Billy Zabka.
He was a real Zabka, Billy Z.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get his uniform one day from the mothership. V comic books. 18 issues from DC.
Collect them all.
Collect them all.
I'm trying to. I had a good portion. These aren't all of them. They're upstairs in the 80s room. But I do not have all 18, but I would like to have all 18
if I get them all together, let me know what issues you need, because I might have some doubles.
Now, do you have the full run?
I've had it for a long time.
Oh, okay. Then why aren't you... Talk about B-Day. I can't believe you. What about V-Day, Bobby? What about...
Right. But they're pretty good. The comics are good. They were writing them as the TV show, the 19-episode TV show, was airing. So they had to they were kind of limited in the stories you could tell, but just some great stuff. And here we go. This beautiful cast.
But what's this from, Bobby?
This is from the TV show of V.
That would be television for you,
Yes.
younger folk.
Yes, television. Here's Robin and her love interest.
See, I liked Robin.
Yeah,
I'm not going to front. I liked Robin.
Robin was alright. She gets a little whiny.
She does get whiny.
But she's a teenager.
Certainly when she's pregnant.
Yeah.
She is giving birth to an alien baby.
Yes. And it's funny, in the TV show, her baby sheds skin and grows to be the same age as her.
Here's
So it's
Lario
weird.
Mopez.
Wario?
Lario Mopez.
Oh, Lario.
Lario
Okay.
Mopez.
And this was, is it Lydia?
No, this is a blonde Joan Jett.
Oh my god, she looks exactly like Joan Jett.
She doesn't, but she is.
Well, these two were fighting for command in the show. It's great stuff. Look how good looking these guys
Diana.
are.
Marc Singer,
look
Beastmaster
look at him.
himself. You fans of fantasy, swords, and sorcery, which we were. Don Coscarelli's Beastmaster.
It looks like Faye is kind of trying to imitate him.
Well, yeah.
With the hand.
She's the female Mike Donovan.
I wish these two got together in the show. It seems like they kind of dropped their relationship when the show started. A little bit. It was weird.
Yeah. Look at those dope outfits, man. I'd rock that now. Probably get shot.
Definitely. What kind of sneakers are they wearing? Those are
Those
Nikes, I think.
Adidas.
Okay.
Keds.
I'll tell you one thing I like.
British Knights.
One thing I really liked about the TV show, it was a huge drop off from the two miniseries. Let's put that out there.
Yes, it is.
But there
Like
was
the
some
Lion side.
great concepts that were in the show that they didn't get to explore enough. Like, there was a religion that was banned on their planet that Willie followed, and certain, visitors followed, and about the prophecy of the Star Child and stuff
There
like
was
that.
harvesting of gnomes, which had to do with ceremonial butt dances.
Yes.
I mean, that's wild concept.
That's the 16th episode. You get to check that one out. But Michael Ironside was great. I loved all the Star Child stuff, the prophecy stuff. It's like, because I love mythology and, I wanted to know more about their culture. And that's what they were, tapping into a little bit. But then, show was canceled.
Yeah.
So, and as the show went on, the budget got less and less. And they were starting to reuse...
I mean, you can see it.
Yeah, and reuse footage from, the miniseries even. There's a chase on a horse scene. Let's throw in this
It reminds me of the Planet of the Apes television show.
Yes.
Whereas...
But at least they didn't lose cast members.
It's kind of the same thing.
Right.
Over and over and over again. There could have been some great concepts introduced, but because it was a weekly television show, they followed a certain formula.
Right.
There were characters that... If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Planet of the Apes television show, V, the television show, kind of similar in the way that...
Almost the
things were
same
pulled
amount
off.
of episodes.
Yes, the way that it was pulled off.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that. But even that being said, I enjoy the V television show for what it is.
Yes.
Because for us, it was more V.
Right.
It might not have been up to par with the miniseries,
Yeah.
but it was more V.
They had to lose the vibrating voices that they had.
Yes.
Because back then, it was probably a lot of work to do that effect. Whereas now, it's probably the easiest thing in the world.
LJN, folks. The toy company, LJN,
Yes.
gave us this gem. Now, we didn't have it as children.
No, we didn't. I never even seen it as a child.
Oh, I had seen it.
Oof. If I
not
seen
for
it,
real. I didn't see it
I never saw it in a store.
in a store.
No.
But I saw it. And actually, my neighbor's brother, older brother, I remember we were on their porch, and my neighbor's brother, his name was Chris Gabler. He was talking about this.
Is he related to the Gibblers?
No.
Okay.
He was talking about this toy. So this is the LJN V doll.
The only doll. This is
That's
the
right.
only doll that they ever made.
Look at this thing.
It's funny they didn't make like a Mike Donovan doll to fight the V doll.
Exactly. Or continue the line. Like at least have fucking Diana, Mike
Right.
Donovan, Turd Ferguson, James Van Brunt, all
Right.
there with their costumes, their frying pans, and tins of Spam. It would have been great, but they didn't do that.
And they
But
made
they
no
did-
spaceships or little toys. In the first miniseries, you see a kid playing with V figures.
Yes.
And
I wanted 'em.
a shuttle. It's like, why don't they make these? This is big enough to make some toys out of.
Who got you this, Bobby?
My mom. No, I mean Chris Seaver got me it for my birthday. We're going back a few.
Yeah.
Maybe
it was
7 years ago or something.
Moons ago.
I think it was
moons
about
ago. I bought 2 of them. One for me
6 or 7 years ago.
and
yeah.
one for Bobby.
In
because,
very, very good condition.
Because I knew he was the only one who would appreciate it.
And since then, I bought another one that I found for
You did?
yeah, $25.
Why did you do that? Did you take him out?
No. The thing was they're both in the box.
Oh yeah, you just wanted 2. You wanted an army. You wanted to create an
I
army.
wanted to create an army. Damn right.
Collect them all. You just
That's
have
right.
your own army lined up. Right?
I will keep buying them until they make a Donovan to fight them.
It's amazing.
Oh, and another little known fact. The body type of the doll and the sunglasses on the face is Michael Jackson Thriller.
Well,
Or
LJN
was it
put out the
Thrill?
Michael Jack. Yeah, Michael Jack. Maybe they put out a crap ton of them.
Of the
different
Michael Jacksons?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had 2 of the LJN Michael Jackson dolls.
Yeah, it's the same
But,
body mold for the
Yeah.
toy.
Spare no expense, LJN. But hell, this is amazing.
I wonder if the Michael Jackson doll, if you peeled off the face, if it would look like
Dun dun dun.
that. Interesting. But I
He's
never.
looking at the man in the mirror.
I had never seen that as a kid, and thank you so much for getting that for me.
Oh yeah, thanks. Finally for saying thank you.
Just this year,
She is just.
in May, I was at Carolina Fear Fest convention in North Carolina, and I got 2 V puzzles
Oh, I had a V puzzle.
in box.
I had a V puzzle. Where the fuck did my V puzzle
I don't know,
go?
maybe it's back there.
I had a V puzzle.
Yes. Well, I got 2 of them for $10 each, unbroken, like
Wow.
like in box.
And you didn't give me one. I can't believe it.
Well, they were 2 different ones. I have to keep both of them.
Oh, what a greedy son of a...
But this is something I will do with you one day
Put them together?
when we're
Decoupage?
80 years old in the same nursing home,
Watching V?
taking a break from playing checkers, watching V. We will put these puzzles together,
That'll be great.
glue them, and frame them.
On the last piece.
One puzzle will go on your wall, and one puzzle will go on my wall. I'll give you the better one.
Great. This guy.
You're so welcome. When we're 84 years old.
84.
Of course.
Amazing.
Yes.
All right. So listen to this. Remember that remake in 2009?
Yes.
What did you think of that? Because they did bring V back in a interesting remake.
I was intrigued by it. I was in love with Anna. What's her name? From Firefly.
Yep.
I was almost crushing on her as hard as I did Jane Badler.
I think Jane's better.
Yes.
But she is a very attractive woman.
Yes.
Monica.
I liked parts of what they were doing. I wasn't a big fan of season 1 as much as I was season 2. Season 2 is where I felt like
Well, you get Marc Singer in season 2.
and you get Jane Badler
Oh yeah, I forgot.
playing the mother
Yes.
of Anna,
Yes.
whose name was Diana. And her 3 episodes that she was in are fantastic.
I forgot. You know what? I'm gonna rewatch the reboot. I used to have it.
Let me explain something about this reboot. No, it's not jerk-worthy.
Of course it's not. Have you seen it?
This is what's annoying. And I don't understand why this happens.
The flip.
Are you flipping the script?
No, I'm flipping the underside of the ship where you saw the faces talk to them.
Oh, I thought that was kind of cool.
Like that. I didn't like that.
I thought that was weird and cool.
I didn't like that.
But anyway. Alright, so the second season begins of that show. Ratings drop tremendously. Which means, alright, the show is not going to make it to a third season.
Of course not.
So let's wrap up what they can to not piss off the fans that are already watching.
Why would they do that?
Why would they do that? So this is what they do. In the final episode of the second season, they leave you with 4 of the worst cliffhangers in one episode that they could possibly... They're killing the main character's son. They're doing this. They're about to, blow up the world. Who knows? And it's like, but they're not coming back. Oh, and they introduced Marc Singer in the final episode as like a general of the army and stuff. Yep. I'm like, you don't throw that at me and then cancel a show.
Yeah.
So I can't see myself ever rewatching the show again because it made me so angry.
Well, and where does it go? It's not going to go anywhere.
No, but maybe now that it's been almost 10 years, maybe I'm like, all right.
Well, that's why I want to do it.
Yeah.
I want to do it just to like watch it again, just to maybe get some sort of something
enjoyment out of it. Yeah.
Watch it with different eyes.
The original series had a bad cliffhanger too. That 19th episode. Where it's like, there's a bomb on a ship and might kill the Star Child and the leader. The end.
I mean, yeah.
It always bugged me, though. Because it's like, I wish they continued it in like a comic or a novel or something. The V novels. You have the V novels.
I do. I have a couple of those V novels.
There's 16, I think, V novels.
But I have
I'm collecting
the
those.
Next Generation. The Kenneth Johnson one where, he created a giant lizard genital army. It was amazing.
The insect.
Yes.
Species comes.
It was amazing.
Yeah, that's good. But I like the small 16 novel series that they were writing as the series was going on.
I want to get those.
Those
just have that collection.
There's some good frickin' stories in
I think I have the foreign VHS as well. Just because I loved the foreign art.
Yes, that was the only time I've ever seen that foreign art, except online was your V collection.
Yeah, I think it's over there somewhere.
What other V things? The trading cards?
I'm not going to do the trading card set until I can get the full trading card set.
I want that lunchbox one day.
Oh, yeah. Well,
with thermos.
I've seen it for like $150.
Me too.
I've seen it so...
I recently saw it at a convention and I said, can I at least look at it and open it? Can I touch it?
Yeah, that'll be $50 to touch.
Yeah, they were trying to make me a deal. I was like, well, I can maybe do 80 or 90, and I'm like, I don't have that money.
How about 10? It's a fucking lunchbox, idiot. These people and their lunchboxes.
Yeah, but I want the lunchbox.
Never pay more than $10 for an old vintage lunchbox that you loved when you were a kid. It's not worth it. It's a piece of tin.
And being close in age,
it's all nostalgia tax.
We've had some of the same lunchboxes.
We certainly have.
We had the Pac-Man lunchbox.
We used it together. We would go to lunch together and we would just pass it back and forth.
It's like, does this milk smell sour to you? You had a Muppet
We're only
Show?
A year apart, folks.
Yes. You had the Muppet Show lunchbox?
I had... Listen.
Pac-Man?
The 80s were the age of the lunchboxes, man. You know? Yes, people had them in the 60s. Yes, people had them in the 70s. But the 80s... When the pop culture boom happened, we got every fucking lunchbox.
Can we say boom on camera?
Oh, I think so.
It's edited in the Weird Science edited for TV version.
It is.
It's Bing! Something. Oh, no! Return of the Jedi lunchbox. My favorite lunchbox. Of course.
Well, there was a couple of those. There was a couple.
I had the one with Luke.
Jedi.
Like that. With the gun.
Yeah, with the Jedi.
Black. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's the one I have.
It's kind of bluish. It's kind of bluish. Look at it again. It's kind of bluish.
You have one?
It's got some blue tinge. No, here's why. Because people charge like $175. They changed. Oh my god.
As much as the V lunchbox, Return of the Jedi lunchbox goes for. So V,
man,
life changing.
I know,
life changing.
And it's
still with
funny.
me today. Still love it. Still
There is a viewing every single year.
Yes.
Every single year.
And this year is going to be extra special.
Well, because of the...
Yes. The Blu-ray.
Of course. Oh my god, so I already watched it. I'm going to have to watch it again. I already did my viewing earlier this year.
I did my viewing too, actually. In like March I did it.
Well, I'm going to have to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe this time my wife will sit through the whole thing.
She's not digging it?
I don't know how many times I've tried to show her V.
We've first miniseries.
So close, yeah. We've gotten almost to the end of the first miniseries.
You get to flipping it over to finish the rest?
Yeah. And then she either loses interest or, okay, it's time to watch something else, or she falls asleep. I don't get it. And it's not because she hates it, because she seems like she's very interested.
Yeah. I wouldn't even attempt for my wife.
Well, yeah. But
my wife is...
Katie likes those...
Yeah, she sees.
I can see it. I can see it. You know?
There's relationships and drama in it. She should be drawn in by some of the characters.
Maybe when the Blu-ray hits and we watch it down here.
Yeah.
You know, maybe she'll be invested, and I can get her to watch the whole guy.
Maybe if you get Marc Singer to show up,
she'd be like, "Who are you?" You know.
He was like, "I'm watching this. You might recognize me." I don't know.
I'd be like, "Woman, don't make me put my rings on." You don't disrespect Marc Singer in my home. He disrespects you. He's the Beastmaster, for Christ's sake.
What's some other things we could say about V? I mean...
Then we just love it, man. We just love it.
We just love it. And if you guys love it, please comment.
Yeah, let us know your memories about V.
Yeah,
or if you don't know it, give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Give it a shot. I think it's worth it. If you love science fiction, if you love aliens, if you love, UFO stuff.
If you got $25 to $30 or however much it's going to be, drop it. Check out this Blu-ray.
If you're a history buff and you want to see, allegory, and if you want to see, Little Richard, then you gotta check out V. You might find some very cool, similarities to the history of the world, part 1.
What's your least favorite character of V? How about that? Like the most irritating or...
Oh.
I know who you're going to talk about.
Who? Tell me who I'm going to say.
You're going to talk about the guy who joins the youth.
Absolutely. I fucking hate him.
Daniel.
Hate him.
Daniel. Yes. Daniel.
I want him to drown in that.
Yes, where he wants to turn in everybody and get on Brian's good side and Diana's good side and likes Robin, but after he's rejected, he turns in her family.
He'd be the equivalent of a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
Today's day and age.
Yes.
Fucking Daniel.
And how does his life turn out? Because these are all... I think most of the people watching this are already V fans.
No,
you don't want to...
Don't spoil it.
Don't spoil it?
No.
Not after 35 years.
No. Let them simmer. Let them see it for themselves.
Watch.
But you'll know who we're talking about. Not only because we said Daniel, but because the slime that he is.
Yes.
You'll instantly...
And you'll see his glorious departure in the final battle.
Wasn't good enough for me.
No. It would be nice to have seen.
Swine.
Oh, man.
Him. He's... You know what? Earlier when we were talking, he's really the only character I don't like. I just hate him.
But he's a good actor.
Well, he's a slime ball, though. He's so good that if I did see him in real life, I'd be like... I'd give him the stink eye.
You'd lick his boots.
No, I would give him the stink eye. I'd give him...
I think he's really good friends with Dean Cameron. You should ask Dean Cameron about
of course, he's an actor, but he played it so good.
Good. How dare he make us hate him so? We love to hate him.
I hate to hate him. Because I want to love him.
Do you know... How about that... do you know that...
Here he goes. He's going to start putting down all the women.
No, what?
Because he hates women.
I love all the women. I love all the women in the world and on the show. That in the TV series, it was like this weird, oddball, flamboyant, if I could say, that was like Diana's.
I know who you're talking about.
Buddy. He was like, well, I don't know. I don't know who the actor was, but he was hilariously bizarre.
Yeah, Hollywood Montrose.
It was Hollywood. Doesn't it just sing? Hollywood Montrose.
Yeah, that's who he was. Hollywood Montrose. Television show.
He should have been on
Michael
that show.
Ironside. Yeah.
As
The
that
ratings
character.
would have been up. The ratings would have shot through the roof.
If they put Hollywood Montrose in the 19th episode of the TV series, it would have picked up for 3 more seasons.
Surprise!
Now I'm just going to suck those fat cells right out.
And then he teams up with Serge from Beverly Hills Cop, and they go on an adventure together.
I imagine everybody knows who we're talking about.
I hope so. Bronson Pinchot
From Beverly Hills Cop.
1 and 3, right?
1 and 3.
1 and 3.
And Hollywood Montrose.
Hollywood Montrose.
It's from Mannequin. 1 and 2 on the movie.
They know what we're talking about.
I guess so.
Huge fans.
You're watching a Crept from the 80s. Please, if you don't know what we're talking about, research. And forgive us. What's going on?
Can't you feel the room moving?
Is there a mothership
I think
above?
I think it's the fathership.
What?
It's coming.
I don't remember no fathership.
Oh my God, Bobby! I think we gotta go.
Yeah.
Oh no!